Welcome to Shakespeare FC, The Words, a 5-minute journey into the individual bits of language that were forged, fletched, hewn, and hammered, and sometimes crowbarred, into existence by our brilliant and witty Warwickshirean wordsmith, or, as you become more familiar, Uncle Will. I'm your host, Kari Marshall. Today we turn our gaze, perhaps squintingly slightly, toward a word that is practically aglow with charm and elegance. A shiny, tri-faceted gem of brilliance from our linguistic lapidarist. A word that William found so beguiling that he would use it no less than 3 times. In his All's Well That Ends Well, where unrequited love, forced marriage, and medicinal meddling illuminate understanding, and where virtue is rewarded, vice tolerated, and consent something of a negotiable subplot. Then, once again, in his King Lear, a tale of kingdoms divided, egos inflated, and eyes unceremoniously plucked, where filial devotion is a rarity, the weather raging, and the only thing madder than the storm is the king. And then, of course, in his tale of sighs, seduction, and post-romantic despair, in Uncle Will's lesser-read A Lover's Complaint, perhaps because it was published at the end of his 154 sonnets. In A Lover's Complaint, in what could accurately be retitled as How to Lose a Lover in 47 Stanzas, Uncle Will writes, "The diamond, why 'twas beautiful and hard, whereto his invised properties did tend, the deep green emerald, in whose fresh regard weak sights their sickly radiance do amend." In his All's Well That Ends Well, Uncle Will has Helen utter the word when she thinks upon the departed Bertram, whom she has fallen deeply in love with, but, because of their different stations, must go unrequited.
I have forgot him. My imagination carries no favour in't but Bertram's. I am undone. There is no living, none, if Bertram be away. 'Twere all one that I should love a bright particular star, and think to wed it. He is so above me. In his bright radiance and collateral light must I be comforted, not in his sphere.
And in his King Lear, William uses radiance in a more literal manner.
Thy truth then be thy dower. For by the sacred radiance of the sun, the mysteries of Hecate and the night, by all the operation of the orbs from whom we do exist and cease to be, here I disclaim all my paternal care.
As you may have guessed, as you are particularly bright, radiance derives from the Latin radiare, meaning to shine or to emit rays, itself rooted in radius, a ray or beam. It entered English via the Middle French, radiance, in the late 14th and early 15th century, initially referring to actual beams or emissions of light. But by the 16th century, however, our fine fair uncle had extended its meaning into the metaphorical realm to suggest splendor, glory, or a luminous quality of character or beauty. As a little by-the-by, if you remember, Uncle William would in his Lear also coin another gem descriptor, flawed. But radiance shines on for us today as a descriptor of warmth and beauty. By the way, you look absolutely radiant tonight, darling. But also, in a more antiseptic application, marketing. Buy our toothpaste for a radiant smile. A base and diminished use that, at least for me, leaves a rather bad taste in my mouth. Well, alas and alack, my friends, that is all we have time for. Join us again next time for another hopefully informative journey into the mind of Uncle William. I'm Kari Marshall. Farewell until next time.
Shakespeare Full Circle is a production of WGTE Public Media and is sponsored in part by the generous support of the Cowie Family Charitable Trust and Michelle and Kelvin McElwain. All previous episodes are available at wgte.org/sfc and wherever you get your podcasts.